So after juicing for about 3 years, the first 2.5 of which we juiced about 6 days a week, and going back and forth between the high speed and the low speed juicer you can see in the background, this is my final thoughts and conclusion on what's best. Is that to start off with, you do the high speed, because when you do a ton of carrots or anything that's hard, we just did a pineapple, you have to have the high speed juicer. The low speed, the Omega, was getting jammed and the lid was getting hard to take off. So we start off with this, and then I keep the ejected fiber, which is still moist on these, which is what was disappointing and why I switched. The other thing that's disappointing on these is the blades get dull and I have to replace them. If you use it every 5 times a week with hard stuff like carrots, apples, and pineapples, you got to replace the blades every 3 to 4 months because they get dull and you can hear it. So I start off with this, and then I'll show you, I'll do another video later today or tomorrow regarding what happens when I redo the ejected pulp. But there is nothing like using the high speed to do carrots. I bought like 5 pounds of carrots for $5, and it takes like 60 seconds to do all 5 pounds. Just wanted to go over this before I finish putting everything away. So the 5 pounds of carrots and 4 cucumbers and a pineapple and maybe 2 apples made about 100 ounces of juice. We've already had 2 full glasses, and I think that's about between 80 and 100 that are still left. This thing is fairly simple, but I did want to go over the blade issue. Is that these things, I mean, they're easy to clean. You let it soak for a little bit, but these things will get dull, especially with the pineapple and the carrots. And this only took about 5 minutes to make both. All right, I'll do the other juicer shortly, make another video. So doing the second part of the juicing today, I already started it. Did about 1/4 to 1/3 of what was in here from yesterday. When I squeeze this, it's definitely moist. But the good news is, the easy thing about this is there's no prep work. Everything's been chopped by the high-speed juicer. So I already just did that, and I got about at least 16-20 ounces out of that. It might seem silly to use 2 machines, but this does seem to be the best way to do it, because there's no way I could do 5 pounds of carrots in this. And if you go to any store and you're getting a juice, say you're getting 32 ounces of juice, they're going to ask you for a base of either apples or carrots. And right now, this time of year, organic carrots are the cheapest thing to get. This definitely seems like a great way to go, using the 2 machines one day after the other. I do have some greens at the very end I'm going to put in this. This won't change the volume very much, but this does a way better job of greens than the other one. So you can see there's so many greens in here, and they're definitely moist after they were ejected. So we're going to keep going. So I'm not quite done. There's still some left in here, but I'm going to have to empty that out, and I wanted to show it that that's already at about 32 ounces. No pulp in it. Everything's been squeezed out. This has been so easy doing it this second way. And I'm going to keep going. Sorry the first video wasn't high def. I forgot to switch it over. So I'm just about to finish up here. I just switched over to the kale for the very end of this. This ended up getting out about another 60 ounces. I did add 2 bell peppers for this, which did add probably about another 10 to 12 ounces. But this is definitely worthwhile to squeeze this out a second time from the high speed. So this is 90% of this is the ejected material from the high speed juicer. So I think the conclusion is, don't get an expensive high speed juicer. Get any high speed juicer, $100 or even a little less, and then get yourself a good slow juicer and do it in 2 steps.